There are a lot of people on YouTube talking about instant manifestation, but my question for you is it working? I see this being talked about a lot like it's magic. But what did Neville teach? What did he actually teach? Spoiler, it's not what most people are teaching and getting wrong. And in this video, I'm breaking down the real truth about instant manifestation, why Neville's methods actually work when others don't, and how you can apply it correctly right now and get the real results rather than gimmicky tricks that make for good videos, or should I say good clickbait, but don't actually get you results. I'm here for the real results. And if you're new here, hello, my name is Traci, and on this channel, I teach you how to peel back all the false layers of programming and limiting beliefs to help you erase limits, embody power, and effortlessly manifest the life of your dreams. Now let's dive into the video today. So, have you ever tried manifesting something instantly, only to feel frustrated when nothing seemed to change? Most of what you hear on YouTube, online, about instant manifestation is either incomplete or it's flat out wrong. But Neville did teach about, instant manifestation. The man whose teachings have inspired millions and whose teachings have personally changed my life, he did teach about instant manifestation. But again, not in the way that most are selling it to you. And once you hear this, it'll completely change the way you see manifestation forever. So in this video, I'm breaking it down, the truth about instant manifestation, why Neville's method actually works when others don't, and exactly how you can apply it starting right now. So let's talk about first the biggest myth. People think instant manifestation means wish for it, snap your fingers, and boom, it appears in the physical world. But Neville never taught that. For him, instant didn't mean the outer result. It meant the inner shift. He said, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled before there's any outer proof, before there's any evidence. In other words, the moment you step into the state where your desire is already real, the manifestation has already happened. It's already done. It's an inner shift. The outer world is just catching up to that. This isn't about hoping, wishing, pleading with the universe or God to give you something that you think you don't have. That's not it at all. And that's the biggest piece that people are missing. And of course, the correction of this is the basis of what Neville's teachings are about, which is your imagination is God. Your imagination is the source of everything, and everything already exists in varying degrees of visibility and invisibility, and feeling is the secret. What feeling exactly? The feeling of already having it. You see, you cannot feel as if you don't have it and be in the state of wishing, hoping, longing, and simultaneously be in the state of fulfillment, in the state of already having it. You can't be in these two states at once. So your only job is to find the state of fulfillment, the state of already having it. It's an inner shift that you're working towards. That's the only work you need to concern yourself with. And when you do this, focusing only on the inner shift, not concerning yourself with the outer reality, and again, you do this by knowing the outer reality is just reflecting you anyway, and the outer is always just following you. And yes, there is a time delay, and it's always working to catch up to you. But when you do this, when you focus on the inner, you melt all the resistance, all the, back and forth, creating the inner state and then looking for the results. Every time you go and look for the results and need the validation, the proof in your outer reality, you are delaying the whole process, because in that looking, you are once again back in the state of lack, back in the state of not fulfilled. So every time you do that, you're shifting out of the state of fulfillment, and your reality is going to follow you, and it's going to look like there's this delay, right? longer delay, where there's always a time delay to some degree, which could be a second. But if we are flipping in and out of this state of fulfillment, we are just prolonging that delay. We are creating more of a delay. So here's how Neville explained it. There's 3 steps to this process. Step 1, you identify what you truly want. Be clear on what you want and be brave enough to fully admit what you truly want. Very important first step. And sometimes this first step, people can't even, get to this step. And there's a reason why. It's all the programming and the conditioning. So very important first step is identify what you truly want. What is your true desire? Not egoic desires, not surface level desires, but your true, authentic, real desires with no conditioning attached. Step number 2, use your imagination to place yourself in the end result. That means you don't just see it, but you feel it as if it's already yours. It's already done. The accomplishment is already achieved. This is what you're using your imagination for, by the way, to fill yourself up with the experience of already having it. You repeat this step as many times as necessary, not to make something happen out there. That happens automatically. You're repeating this as many times as you need to create and achieve the inner shift. Because remember, this is the only work that you need to do, creating the inner shift. Step 3, the most important step of all in the process of instant manifestation, you have to persist in the state until it hardens into fact, the state of fulfillment, the state that you just achieved in step number 2. You have to persist. You have to do your best to stay there. Now, when I say persist and stay there, I don't mean lock in and never fall out. I mean, stay there as long as you can. If you do happen to fall out, you know that you fell out and you get back into that state as quickly as possible. You don't dwell outside the state. You don't, get swept away by a different state of being, questioning, doubting, looking, lacking. You don't do that. You don't get swept away by that. You notice you're out and you do the work to get back in. That's what I mean by stay there until it hardens into fact. So this is why he called imagination the creative power of God. He knew that all visible reality was first held in imagination. He didn't confuse which had ever come first and which was the cause and which was the effect. Neville didn't confuse that. He very clearly knew and chose and decided that this is how it works, and he did not waver on this. Now, when I say that, I mean, there's stories of when Neville was learning from Abdullah, and even in the beginning, Neville had doubt, but what you find in his teachings when he mastered this skill and he later began to teach it, from that place, there was no wavering. Okay, so in the beginning, it's normal to sort of waver a little bit, but you really have to work to find this conviction that this is how it works. You get rid of the confusion, the questioning of which one comes first, which one is cause, which one is effect. You start to, dissolve that questioning because you've decided this is how this works, right? You can't skip this step. You have to decide and choose this conviction for yourself. So with this understanding, you realize it's not about forcing your reality. It's about embodying a new state of being. And once you've shifted, the outside world must reflect your inner shift. For Neville, manifesting was never about waiting. He knew and taught that it is instant because the state of change happens right away, right now, in this moment. And with a state of change comes a change in your outer reality, right? Again, it's the inner shift that you're going for. And once the inner shift is achieved and persisted in, your outer reality has no choice but to follow you. It's always following you. It must, because that's the law. So, why do so many people struggle then with instant manifestation? Well, there are many reasons for this, but I'm going to highlight the biggest three reasons that I see with most of my clients and the people that I work with on a daily basis. So again, there are many, but these are the most common three. Number one, they confuse wishing with assuming. Wishing says, I want this one day. Assuming says, I've already got it. I already have it. It's already mine. It's already done. So very big, huge distinction that you need to recognize and realize about yourself. Are you wishing? Are you hoping? Are you not convicted and still hoping to see outer evidence? Or are you claiming? Are you deciding? Are you choosing? This is a huge difference. Okay, number two, they stay stuck in the state of lack. For example, visualizing money, but feeling broke while doing it, not shifting from the point of their identity. They still identify with lack, but are wishing and hoping for a different reflection, a different outer experience. But they're missing the whole point. It's the inner shift, the inner change of your identity, the inner change of your, where you're coming from, knowing that it's all available to you. Right? I've been talking about identity shifting in a lot of my recent videos, so go and watch those if you want to learn more about shifting from the place of identity. Number three, they quit before persistence takes effect. Neville always said, keep assuming until the feeling becomes natural and until it hardens into fact, which means until it shows up in your outer reality. Not a moment sooner. Not a moment sooner do we stop persisting. We persist, how long? Until it shows up in your outer reality. Most people give up way too soon because they haven't integrated the knowing that their imagination is God and the one and only source of all creation. That everything that is now physical was once only held in imagination first. They haven't yet fully integrated this. So they fail to persist until it hardens into fact. So let's get practical. How can you apply this in your own life and to achieve instant manifestation for yourself? Let's make it practical. Say you want a new job. Well, the manifestation of a new job is instant. Here's how. Tonight, before you fall asleep, imagine you're already in that role. Maybe it's a friend congratulating you or the feeling of receiving your first paycheck. The scene really isn't important, whatever you choose. What is important with the scene is that whatever scene you choose is easy, first and foremost, and second, gives you that feeling of fulfillment, that it's already done. You already have this achievement. You already have this job. So whatever scene you choose, make sure it ticks those two boxes. It's easy and it's giving you this feeling, this inner shift that you already have it. The key here is don't force it. Just step into the scene and replay it. Let it loop in your mind until you feel the satisfaction, until you've achieved that feeling. It could take repeating the scene again and again and again. Not important. Just keep repeating it and you will achieve that feeling if it's the right scene. And that is instant manifestation. You've achieved the inner shift. You've shifted your state. From that moment forward, reality is aligning to you. It is responding to you. It is going to reflect you. It will catch up to your shifted state as long as you persist and you don't start to search for evidence or force something or start to doubt. None of that. You must persist until you see the shift in your outer reality and only be concerned with the inner shift. That's it. We're not concerned about out there. Out there takes care of itself. As within, so without. Your job is the inner shift. Only. So, the point is, when you shift internally, first, you stop needing the outer to do anything at all, really, because you've already achieved this state within, and this is what instant manifestation is. So, this is the real meaning of instant manifestation. Yes, Neville did teach this, but again, it's getting a little bit misrepresented out there, and it's keeping people stuck, honestly, because they're looking at it like, I'm going to wave my magic wand and watch something change before my eyes. So here's the truth. Instant manifestation isn't about bending reality overnight or waving your magic wand at your reality and watching it change before your eyes. None of that is what Neville taught ever. It's about instantly shifting who you are on the inside, instantly achieving that inner shift. When that happens, the outside world has no choice but to follow you. So this is exactly what Neville is teaching, and this is how you apply it to your own life to get the absolute fastest results. But again, when you achieve that inner shift, you don't need the fast results out there, which of course is the paradox, because exactly when you stop needing a fast shift out there is exactly when you'll get the fastest shift ever. So, if this was helpful, make sure to like the video, leave me a comment below as well. And if you're serious about manifesting Neville's methods and applying them to your life and seeing these instant results, then I currently have space in my one-on-one intensive coaching programs, as well as many other resources to help you on your manifesting and self-realization journey. So you can check all of that out in the description and in the pinned comment down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.